So welcome to Madrid and to my house, which is located in a neighborhood that holds a special place in our hearts. Actually, my husband and myself grew up just across the street in a neighborhood called El Viso. After living a few years in another area of Madrid, we decided to return to raise our children close to the family. We chose La Cruz del Rayo, which is a vibrant and youthful area next to El Viso. And this neighborhood has a charming West Village vibe with small, colorful houses that they were built for the railway workers. So finding a plot large enough for our families was challenging. So when we discovered this house, it felt perfect because we thought that the tiny house that was in the plot that has been demolished could potentially be a 5-story building. From the other side, you have a view of all the little houses and trees. And that was the inspiration to the lattice in the main facade, because we didn't want to see the main street because it's not beautiful. The lattice gave us the control for light and visibility.
Marta, we are in Madrid at your amazing home, which feels a little bit, you used to live in New York, village-esque, the way it's all vertical and open. But before we get to the tour, I know the first thing that everyone's going to think is, wait a minute, she's a mother of 3 young girls, and she has white sofas in her living room. And the first thing your wonderful girls did was tumble on them and stand on them, and you just, who cares? It all works out. Is your philosophy, no?
Of course, but it's a very good question because it really happens to me. Like every time someone comes here, asks me about how do I deal with 3 children, and there's all antiques and white furniture, white fabrics, and I think it's you have to deal with it, and I don't mind my children jumping on the sofas, but it's also education, and they know what they take their shoes off when they jump. Yeah, and it's also true that things can happen, and you can pour a glass of wine, and you might stay with the stain a little bit, but they can be changed.
You live with it.
Yeah, you live with that, and it's the patina of the
life.
Exactly.
Another thing that I remarked upon is because, look, you have glass, you have beautiful art. I mean, it's very soft and cozy in here, but there are things that a lot of people would say, but the children, and I think, and I can see it with yours, that they are raised with a sense of beauty, of living with the things that you love, and that will serve them as they become adults and have their own homes.
I hope so. That's what I try, and to educate their eye and their interest of beauty, and yeah. This tapestry has a beautiful story. It isn't actually a tapestry, but a painted fabric, and it has been the starting point for the living room color palette. It was a casual encounter after 15 years with an antique dealer I used to visit with my father in Biarritz when I was a child. She had this tapestry in her shop, which she never sold because it was part of the store's decor. And after 15 years, she moved to the south of France, to Nice. And by chance, during a weekend trip there, we found her. She was liquidating everything and sold me the tapestry finally. At the time, we were working on this house, and it seems exactly for the wall because it fits perfectly. And from there, the color palette was developed. This is our dining room, like the main dining room, but we usually use it when we invite 6, 8 friends. Otherwise, we usually eat at the kitchen. What I love is the combination of the textures, the high lacquered ceiling and the exterior, like the cube and this terracotta, but also the walls inside are upholstered with this fabric, which is flowered, but it's at the same time it's tradition, but it has like a modern style and a Japanese vibe, which I love. This is one of my favorite pieces. It's a present from my father. He gave it to me last Christmas. It's a 17th century still life from Pedro Camprovin, which is a quite famous Spanish painter. This little bar serves as both as bar and a support area for the dining room. It's all mirrored and features very spontaneous photographs from my iPhone. I wanted to feel the kitchen completely integrated into the living area. There's no partition separating it, and I emphasize this integration through the use of materials and the presence of objects and art in the kitchen. That's why also in the shelves we mix functionality and candlesticks, copper objects, and even some 18th century plaster doors. This big painting is by Pelayo Ortega, and my husband bought it when he was 15 years old. It has been with him ever since and plays a central role in the kitchen and this entire floor. And this is our bedroom, and as you can see, the higher we get, the better views we get.
And it's extraordinary that when you approach this building, you have no idea. It's a very almost brutalist design. I thought, how is a family living inside here? And then you come in, and everywhere there are these peaks of joyous light and the windows. And now here we are. How many floors is it? 7? 8?
Eight floors.
And each one is this kind of discovery between the girls' rooms, the family room, and then here we are. There's one more above us.
There's one more above, yeah.
I really do feel like the impression that you had of living how many years in the village in New York? Did you both live there?
2 years. 2 years.
Stayed with you
more than 2 years. Yeah.
as you design this. I mean, it's just open living on every single floor.
Exactly. That's one of the aims of the layouts. And believe it or not, behind this wall, there's the closet and the bathroom. So you have that loft-like feeling.
Both of the bathrooms you share there and your closets are all just right there.
Right,
Yet it
correct.
feels completely bedroom-like and luxurious here, like a cocoon. But then the functionality is over there.
Exactly.
Incredible.
Here you can see the lattice from inside, and which is fun is that from the outside, when you see this facade, you think that there's no light coming in, but on the other hand, there's a lot of light. I framed this New Yorker because it came out while we were living in the West Village, and I thought it really feels like my husband and myself in our bedroom in the apartment we used to live. I've looked for 2 pieces for my bedroom, and I didn't find them. So finally I designed them. I made these 2 beautiful wardrobes made in parchment and lacquered aubergines color wood. And it's the perfect place to store all my handbags, and the perfect place to my daughters to open doors and take whatever they want. The 3rd floor is the children's floor. It's my daughter's bedroom, bathroom, and playroom. I wanted it to be a spacious area, and the space is divided into 2 parts. The front section, which serves as a playroom, is a larger open area, and then the sleeping area, which is separated in a subtle way with this reclaimed door made of glass and wood. The central wall in the sleeping area creates a flow between the bathroom and the room, providing privacy without doors or obstacles. It is accessible from both sides and integrates the bathroom with the room. The same floor continues from the play area into the bathroom, and the centerpiece is the stone monolith with 3 sinks, one for each child, which can be used from all sides and separates different areas of the bathroom. I've always thought that the garage was a very important part of the house. So that's why we commissioned a Spanish artist, Gloria Garcia Lorca, to do this piece. The nice thing is that it's made with tiles of the floor. All the pieces have been glazed and put in this composition. It's so beautiful. The election of the brick on the floor comes because of the clay facade, because I tried to bring into the house the materiality. So the brick on the floor comes along the entry hall as well. And this is like an enigmatic place, which I wanted to be like a cave fill. That's why I painted it in this terracotta. I wanted also, as I said, to see through the garage and the piece of art through this glass and wood partition.
Don't miss another video visit. Click on the orange Q to subscribe and have Quintessence virtually delivered from our doorstep to yours.